Meow, 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 meow.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another round of I Don't Know What I'm Talking About. This time we're featuring a new medium, which is called Crackle Paint. Now we have Cooper here. He's a wonderful dog. And so as you can see with the Crackle Paint, you have to start off with just a very thick base layer of this Crackle Paint. We're not doing any other colors. We're just sticking to this dull gold, and that's all you need to start with. We can't do a whole lot with it, because if we tried to go too detailed, we would just lose it all. And, obviously we don't want to waste any time, waste any effort. Just got to get the major details in here, and as soon as we got the major details in, then boom, transition, wait an entire night. The next day, it's got this awesome crackle, looks like that wonderful mud texture you get, like a day after a rain and it's like nice and hot out. Anyways, got this awesome mud texture, and then we're going in with the details here. Since we're doing the Crackle Paint, we can use a more, pristine color palette, which is why I'm going with the gold and purple, really sticking to like a royal color palette here. So I just want to make sure that this is like really expensive looking. Take the sequins with it. This is just like, this is a really good one right here. So anyways, when I'm looking at this dog, you see Cooper and you just know, with that gold fur. Even in real life, I can just imagine that shimmering gold fur waving around in the wind. And with the sequins outlining the entire thing, it just really highlights the whole thing. So I just went in there with the eyes. As you all know, with the eyes, you got to get that glint in. And with that right eye, put that glint in. And even though it's just a sequin, it really makes it look real, like a perfect eye. Now, continuing on with the rest of the sequins, doing more outlines here. Outline the ears, outline the muzzle, outlining the mouth. Got some sequins instead of whiskers, because, sequins, whiskers, that's basically the same thing. That makes perfect sense to me. And there we go. Ta-da. Good to go. Now, next we have this beautiful dog named Maymay. I'm going to say that Maymay is a Chihuahua. Just makes sense. Now, Chihuahuas, when you think about it, doesn't even matter what color they are in real life. You got to stick with that purple, because it's just, that's a purple dog right there. Now in this case, we are going to have two different base layers for our Crackle Paint. It's going to work out this time because since we have two major differences, we got like a dark top of the head, we got like a dark hat basically for Maymay, and then like underneath the hat, we got a nice white coat going on. So that's what we're doing here. Just, one half on top, one half on the other. As you can see here, we are, even though we're still doing very basic stuff with the Crackle Paint, we still need to get some of the major details in. So you got the nose outlined out, got the eyes outlined out, got the mouth outlined out. And then when we do the transition, everything's pretty much ready to go. We're back to the point of everything is just outlined. Now all I need to do is color inside the lines. With the nose, the eye, just already got that marked out. Just dab a bit of paint in there, and we are good to go. As you can see here, I've got the light purple as the crackle, and I've got the dark purple on the inside. This makes perfect sense because, you want to stay with the same kind of color scheme. It's either got to be the same color scheme or it's got to be like complete opposite. So you got purple, and then all the way around to the other side to the shiny gold. and then back to the dark purple, and then a light shiny gold. You know? And as you'll see, with anything that I'm drawing on the muzzle, it's either going to be very close to white, or it's going to be very close to black. You know, always got to go opposites here. Or somewhere in between. Like that gray. You know, that makes perfect sense too. Anyways, we're going in with the sequins. We've got our gold sequins for the eyebrows right there. You know, when you're really thinking of like hair features, like eyebrows, whiskers, things like that, that's where you got to put sequins in, because it just makes perfect sense. When you think of a whisker, when you think of an eyebrow, you know, I think of a sequin. And then going back to the bottom, sequining the outline of the muzzle. You know? And then, you know, it's just some other major features going around. Everywhere there's gray, basically, we're going to throw a couple of those gray sequins in. Now, as you can see here, I'm throwing a little bit of blue in. That's just because there was a little bit of extra blue and I wanted to throw it in. You know, if you got the extra blue, might as well use it. Ta-da! Meme. Wow. Now here we've got Maxwell the pig. Oh man. Maxwell the pig is just next level pet portrait here. Because let's be real here, if you've got a pig and its name is Maxwell and you don't have a pet portrait of it, then you really need to just sit down and think about your life choices. Anyways, with pigs, it's completely different because, you know, when you're thinking of dogs, they've got lots of fur, you know, like you can pet the fur of a dog. But like when it comes to a pig, they don't have that same kind of fur. You know, they just have like hair, like individual hair. And so that really changes the whole concept of it. You know, you really gotta take a step back, think about what you're doing, think about what kind of animal this is, and then you can dive into it. So, as you can see here, really taking the brush strokes, extreme levels of perfection there. And then we wait for the crackle. After the crackle's done, then, you know, the pig is pretty much outlined perfectly with that crackle. And again, this has a lot to do with the fur. You know, since there's no fur, it's just hair, we don't have to go crazy with the top coat acrylic. You know, we just gotta get those major highlights, see like that purple inner ear kind of highlight, and then we'll do some, you know, eyebrows. Eyebrows are basically fur, so you gotta get the purple as an eyebrow. And then, you know, other major highlights, we're doing some outlining stuff. You know, outlines are extremely important. You know, if you don't know the outline of a thing, then where is it, basically? Like, you always have to have an outline if you're going to color in anything, really. Now, we're gonna keep going here. We've got the sparkly gold, which, again, with a pig named Maxwell, who's getting a pet portrait, you absolutely must have sparkly gold paint. I mean, it really doesn't even matter what it looks like. Just those things combined equals you gotta have the sparkly gold paint, because that really just takes it to the next level. Okay, so now we've got the sequins incoming. These are even more sparkly, the sequins, than usual, because with this one we really got to go hard on the sparkliness, sparkly gold, sparkly sequins, all of these things, and then, you know, touch it up with the black to really get the contrast, the shadow contrast. You know, it's going to be extremely important for this situation. And then back to the sequins, more outlining with the sequins. Again, I just can't stress it enough, the outline of it is so important. And that's it. Ta-da!
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Go ahead and hit subscribe, leave a comment, or you can visit my website or Instagram in the description below. Thank you!